Hello. So my name's Aubrey. I am the owner of PlugDeo, and I get a few questions about my bees. They quickly became my biggest seller in my Etsy shop, and I wanted to kind of cover things. So first off, the bees that we have are Western bees. They are not at all at risk of going extinct. So if they were, obviously we wouldn't use them, but also at the same time, they're dead when I get them. So, there's also that to consider. I don't kill any of my bees. They live happy little lives, and I'm actually making this video to show you my collection process of how I go about getting them. So, as I stated in the description, each colony has little undertaker bees. They're bees that stay in the hive, and their primary job is whenever they have intruders or if some of their fellow colony members die, their job is to dispose of the bodies, which is by kicking out of them through a little hole at the bottom, and then they ultimately fall onto the ground. That is when I swoop in and I collect them. So I'm going to turn this around and we're going to see what everything looks like. So, and yes, my sugar water is empty right now. But that is the entrance to the hive down there. Collecting bees is not exactly an easy habit because I don't like using bee suits, especially with gloves, because it makes it very difficult for me to pick them up. I don't want to squish them. So I prefer not to, which means I'm limited on the time that I can actually go about collecting them, because if they're wide awake, I can be seen as an intruder and they will try to sting me. So I have to go early in the morning, and it's actually pretty cold out this morning too, so they're kind of off to a slow start. Then this is the ground leaf. I've already gone ahead and collected quite a few this morning. So what I'll do is I'll shift through all the leaves that have fallen and see what I can find. They do have a generalized area of where they end up falling, obviously, but the wind can push them away, so it's best to check the entire outside area. And I haven't quite gotten to this section yet over here. So there's one there. See? Got one little one there. Add them to the pile. And then I just had a bee fly right over my face. If I'm not careful, they will see me as a threat. They will not hesitate to sting me. They'll alert everyone, and then they're like, hey, there's some random chick outside. She's making a bunch of noise. We need to do something. She may steal our honey. We should sting her. And then that is when I take off running as fast as I can. So, now unfortunately we did lose 2 of our hives this past year, so we're only down to 2 remaining, which is how I managed to gather up like 50 batches overnight. Unfortunately, we did lose one of the hives to wax moths. So they were all ultimately killed, and I collected them. Then this one here unfortunately flew away because of hive beetles. Pesky little things. Not at all pleasant. So the only other one we have is our hive top bar here. Well, they've already got someone that's awake. Hi, friends. They're not as mean as the other hive, so I'm not as afraid to be around them. Not saying that like different hive personalities exist, but just saying, I've never been stung by this hive. So I feel more comfortable kind of just chilling when they're right there. So, yep, I go through, I collect them by hand, every single one. If they've been out here for too long, they do go through a decaying process like everything else. And if they're too decayed, they are extremely brittle and will pretty much just crumble in an instant. So it's kind of important to go as soon as they pass away, but see what you can do. And their hive also isn't as big, so collecting from them isn't as easy. They usually don't have as many. And again, they're not guaranteed to die on the property either. They've got an average lifespan of about 3 weeks. They could be at the neighbor's house collecting some pollen, and all of a sudden it's their time. We could have some asshole neighbors that use pesticides and totally kill them, but that'd be unfortunate. But that is often also the case. I'm sorry for the crowing. Those would be the chickens. But I thought I'd go ahead and share with you the ethically sourced process that is collecting bees for my hives. Thanks so much for watching, guys.